Good morning to my light and love crew. Welcome back. You survived another day. This morning, not too long ago, I received notification of karma coming through. And everything balances out. Do you know what that means? Yes. Things are coming through just fine. So, this is great because it's like that extra motivation for that part in me was like, it feels resistance. And, some things just need to get done. And I'm trying not to stress about it. I'm told to use the Witch's Tarot. It is March 2nd. The second foot in the door. Yep. And it's just about like what? I saw that Ostara is March 20th. So we're looking at approximately, 2.5 weeks before we get to spring. Before things get sprung. So, we're going with that, okay? We're going to use the Witch's Tarot and then the Healing Light Tarot. They told me to just switch it up all of a sudden. I was going to just do the Healing Light Tarot. But we're going to go with this. The Ace of Pentacles is being... it's just preoccupied right now. Okay? I have to keep that in my pockets. Okay? So, Spirit. Oh, I saw this reading, just like the headliner. I think it was done about a month ago. And I didn't listen to it, but like because it was on a headliner portion, I was told to like do my own reading on it. So this is like a silent collab type of thing. And it was something about like, what is Spirit trying to warn you about? So here we're going to relabel it as, what are Spirit's red flags for us today? Or just like in this phase right now. Spirit, what are the red flags? Oh, give me a second. Gotta use this. It almost fell off the bed. Can you believe that? It's part of the red flags. Like people trying to like dispose, like make our resources less accessible. Yeah, the flame was like flickering. Give me a second to nip that in the bud. Give me one moment. Excuse me. Gotta nip it. Gotta clip it. Psh. I love it. We're doing it. Okay. We're gonna make the most out of that. Okay. So, yes. I think we're talking about the heart chakra. Yeah, look at that. X marks the spot. What are we doing? We are just trying to unwind. That's what we're doing. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. Oh, okay, no, we'll do Ostara instead, okay? Instead of the Healing Light Tarot. Might pull one. Let's get one header card from there. Because, people are trying to take away our resources, like make them less accessible. And it's been a running theme. It's like recent theme anyway. Yeah, Seven of Wands in reverse. This is trying to like take us down, trying to humble us. This is like hateful energy because these are the people that used to celebrate us in some way, or have like there's things to celebrate about us that they truly like their soul finds truly nourishing, but like their like real world aspects, like their conflicts, their afflictions, get lost in translation in the mix. So it's like, it's like trying to find their heyday again by like humbling you, right? And like, I don't know, Spirit's saying like don't get too mad about it, because I'm noticing here that there's like the seasons of change, like that's a falling away. they're following, it's a process of elimination where, you know, you get to see where people are at within their journey. And it's like, if they're threatened by us, that means that we're doing something like really great without like, you know, objectifying the experience. We're, you know, we naturally hold substance in our ways. We already know that. But when it comes to looking at those individuals, they're like struggling to find their individuality. So, you know, you got to like kind of give them a little bit of wiggle room in that. To go out and find themselves, you know, like if you don't want to play their game, you know, it's like they lose interest in all of that, you know. It's like a whole distraction, subconscious kind of distraction thing that I think just humans go through, that conflict that's expressed on the exterior because they don't want to deal with the interior, and they mislabel it because there's a lack of accountability. It's just like, I'd rather not, you know. It's easier to like lash out at someone else. So that's, you know, it's just like they say imitation is the best like form of flattery, but you know, so is, you know, when it comes down to it, spiritually speaking, that kind of goes around for like bullying energy. They're saying that your vulnerabilities are very triggering to their own, you know. So when you look at it like that, it's like it's easy to disengage. It's no longer a trigger for you. You realize that's a projection of their own triggers. So that's a great header card to start off with. You know, I'm told to like put it like a compact mirror, so get one more, okay? Let's get that one, Spirit. Ugh, yeah, that one was tough. Oh, it's the moon card. The full moon in Virgo is coming on the 7th, so 5 days from now. This is excellent. Looking at the manifestations of what's to come. I told you that this morning I received notification that karma has like struck its fork. And so when you look at that, sometimes it's like the devil's, you know, fork. Sometimes it's a pitchfork. Sometimes it's, you know, like from the layman. And sometimes it's, you know, the trident when it comes to like swimming through the seas of, and finding mastery within your navigation in the underworld, the undercurrents, the intuitive state. Do you hear that? Sirens. Just now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's very interesting, because these foul energies that are projecting their way, I was told specifically that it was going to affect their health, and it's just very interesting how that rolls out, because I'm not always given that kind of insight on the exactness of how the karma is dealt, but yeah, it's affecting their health. Mm-hmm. All right. So, what are the red flags at this time, Spirit, that I can kind of ground here? Okay, that's one. It fell upright. It's 2 of Wands in reverse. The red flags is like kind of a misconception. So it's a lack of understanding, or we don't want to say lack. There's a misunderstanding of how we perceive ourselves. Or the outskirts. I'm getting, since the primary part was how we see ourselves, I'm getting like also imposter syndrome. And like for me, when I hear people say kind of like imply that energy, I'm like, I don't know. I do believe in myself, but I also kind of like, there's a part of me where I believe that others don't believe in me. See? So it's like that kind of cord of attachment to how people perceive us, like that's energy that we're also kind of manifesting. So we focus on not just our inputs, but also those that well receive our inputs according to like how we project them. So it's like it's hit or miss. So we're not focusing on the misses, we're focusing on the hits, those points of accuracy. Yeah, to use them as a benchmarker. We're not using like the low points as benchmarkers. We're using our higher points, our assets, our how people would receive us like as a return on investment. We're looking at our value and holding that in higher regard than, focus elsewhere. So I think that's really what we're looking at here. I mean, we have 5 days until the full moon coming, and we have a lot of like retrogrades, like when it comes to like just the knockdown of events. It's dominoes. Where, it's a connection point rather than like just a downfall. Do you know what I'm talking about? When you actually play the game for what it's meant, they're connection points. So, yeah, that's what we're looking at. So, when we're looking at imposter syndrome, we're this is just a red flag of like the frequencies on subtle levels, because the greater you are at diversifying your investments, you're also seeing the faceted value of of like the presentation of like your diamond, right? Your jewel, right? And like it still holds X amount of carats, but the way it's cut, when you're looking at the many facets, it provides a different presentation on how it captures light, and how it even within darkness. So that's what we're looking at here, like just chiseling things out that will showcase our strengths, our true beauty, without any enhancements. Okay, this is just like kind of like scripting through like scripting our best selves, basically. So when we're putting out those thought forms as far as like how people view us, we're focusing on our strengths. I mean, when you go through the SWOT analysis, they start off with the strengths, then the weaknesses, and the opportunities, then the threats. So it's looking at that, holding higher value with like the good news first, like set the tone, set the impression. And yeah, so that's one red flag. Okay. Thanks, Spirit. I didn't even know where this was going to go, but I'm like, okay, let's just do it. Let's just do it. All right. I'm already satisfied. Okay, there's that. Okay. Testing our reflexes again. So we have the Chariot, we have the Knight of Pentacles, we have Justice, the Hermit in reverse, and the Sun in reverse. I don't feel like this is a red flag. I think this is, well, the red flag per se as far as a warning. This is a red flag of saying like, stop for a second, because like, this is like a notification, on like your phone or something. Like, hey, a highlighter is coming up here, okay? We have a specific event coming up. And like the Chariot, like this is leading the way. This gives me the impression that a red carpet has rolled out. It's, yeah, because it's been a long time coming. The justice system, like justice is rolling out. To have that Chariot energy is very, like it's a prestigious event. This is in high honor. And being that it has taken some time, especially with that stag energy leading, it's with the dark horse even. Yeah, this is good. And justice right behind it. Like justice is the midpoint right here. Okay, the back portion is like coming out of the dark night of the soul, and then the sun about to rise. We've seen a lot of the sun card on the back portion portion, like the backhand, like it's about to knock people out of the park, like slap us back into reality. Like this is the good shit right here. So this is amazing. The fact that the Hermit card is in reversal, it's coming out of the Dark Night of the Soul. It's doing your shadow work, and like getting the maximum opportunities out of it. This is like a huge return on investment. Like this is, Spirit's like saying you are not just about to get a bump up, like a raise, but you're also going to like get promoted, not just to other job opportunities, but also, Tina, your status is about to get like elevated, because when you come out of the Dark Night of the Soul, you're following that North Star right here, kind of in hand. So this star energy isn't just like, because we could have had the star card right here, but no, they decided to give us like the most prominent one to all, which is the sun. This is the Eye of Ra. Like, hey Tina, I heard you. Other spiritualists, when you open that door to such magic and power, those resources that others can use to the highest good, it's like I'm the wingman when it comes to like grounding that energy for Ra, and it's like just kind of waking up that energy with like no eye crust. So it's excellent because it's just like it's reviving their livelihood. There's like, I'm given so much gratitude through like the support system because of reviving that energy and sharing it. So things are balancing out. And what else do we want to say about that? So this red flag is just a notification, like this huge event is about to roll out, okay? So, this whole imposter syndrome thing, like especially as a prefix, like as a forewarning, like, it's like Joey in Full House, like cut it out, right? I had to really think. silly. Mm-hmm. But that's what the divine is saying. They're not getting upset at us, but it's just like, adding a spark of humor to the situation, because what's real is not quite seen just yet. And that's the best part, that even though we're told these things, that the surprise is still like very much an experiential thing. So we're getting like a facet, like just like a far off glance. Like we don't know what it looks like in reality form. We're doing like some shopping online, and we see what the image looks like based on what they're saying through like the flat imagery, right? Even if they do the 360 view, the enhanced view of a product, like to experience it in real life is just a whole different thing, a whole different like league, arena, etc. So we're going to experience it in a higher light, like a higher form of being and expression. So this is like 3D to 5D. We're skipping dimensions within its like totality of experience. Like, so the comprehension of how like everything comes full circle is like, this is the good stuff. So even if others try to humble us, it's, honestly, this is like Spirit's like saying it is a humbling experience to go through all those trials and like and knowing like that you have to hold the higher ground despite how other people treat you or purposefully are ignorant to you, and you're kind, is I'm told to pull that one. Okay, it's the Tower moment. Their executive decisions to be like, okay, you know what? It's like the precision of like a cut diamond, right? So you're, for something that's very hard, right? On the Mohs scale. And they're very difficult decisions to cut away certain portions of you from the whole. And in order to showcase your light better. And it's, yeah. So sometimes it's like, okay, it's like the Empress in disguise. Sometimes you have to take off your crown a bit. Like, it's not dumbing yourself down, but like sometimes it's cool to go incognito. Then you know how people really treat you. Like I saw this thing, Kylo Ren. There's some skits on, like, I think Saturday Night Live. I don't remember exactly what it was, or Matt, I don't know. But he goes undercover, like, as, like, a construction worker or whatever. And, like, he thinks, like, it's so funny. I gotta put it up. It's hilarious. But it's also, like, that Princess Jasmine energy where, it's really good to explore the world, like, kind of, without showcasing the crown. So it's like going along with that energy, like, okay, you're kind of setting the tone on what you find acceptable. And I'm not going to dumb myself down, but I'm gonna ride with it. I'm gonna see, okay, where does this adventure take me? When you try to keep me down, when you try to keep me submissive and obedient and, satiated by, like, taming my power, So it's like, you know what? Okay, I'll withhold it. I'm not gonna let you take everything. No. But I'll withhold it. I'm curious to see what, I'm patient. I've gone through many towers before. I've seen those who have fallen, and you can characterize that energy. So let's see what's going on. Okay. Oh yeah, Queen of Pentacles right here, opened up to the Hanged Man, and Karma right behind it in reversal. So it's seeing Karma play out, like it's knowing, like, what's coming. You see, this is a group effort, like people throwing on projections to us to, like, kind of objectify us. Number one, like, I think sexually objectify us, but also objectify our point of view, like forcing us to have an objective point of view, to stand apart from, like, those that, like, want to keep us down. And so justice is coming through the rollout. Knowing that it opened up, like, the pentacle energy in its supreme form. This is the best mother of all queens. We see the triad form, like here, the reflections of the resting point of maiden, mother, crone. So mother is right here. And so it's just, like, kind of like, do I want to, like, rest and look at that way? Rest and look at that way? It's looking at the before and after of things, like the sequence of within resting points. So, a diamond is, like, created within its, like, sitting position too, in high heat, in high pressure situations. So when, like, you want to be comfortable when you're looking at, like, past and present tense without shifting too much, without giving too much energy. So, like, when you look a certain way, like your neck, like, or working a certain way that your neck feels the how it's compromised, you get cramps or whatever. So it's like, no, we're shifting our torso completely, kind of like an owl, and so that it doesn't create discomfort for us. This is excellent because this is a mother to all forms, including, like, those that are absolutely loyal, those that so this is good. I mean, this is, like, kind of like a beauty queen energy too, with the bouquet of, like, lilacs there and wheat. So very abundant, expressing rebirth, reform. This is Emerald Divine Light energy. This is very healing and very tribal because she has beads in her hair too, you see? So this is very much like it keeps her young. This dynamic energy. So this is Emerald Light energy. This is Archangel Raphael, being trained and being mentored by Archangel Raphael and their ways. So a lot of growth opportunity here. The red flag here is within the abundance, that, like, loving form of abundance. Like, Spirit's, like, saying, hold up here. Like, the red flag isn't just, like, the projection of, like, things to, like, warn you about. They're red flags to be, like, like when you're looking at the American flag, okay, red is also, I think, to signify sacrifice, within its like general form. And so when you look at that, there's beauty within those sacrifices that you make in being a mother without smothering. Like sometimes you have to have your resting point. Sometimes you have to stand apart from a situation that, like, or wherever that is. Where did I have that? Oh, the tower moment. That doesn't like quite recognize you for who you are. You see 1, 2, 3 sitting points, and there's 3 individuals there. It's also seeing like the prior selves of like your own development, too, like within the manifestations of the full moon. So it's like the generosity of being able to see people within their own journey. And you meet people halfway regardless of how they present themselves, because that's your role. So give me a second. Hold on. Sorry about that. Got a little interrupted. So it's seeing people for where they're at, even in the underworld. I'm going to look at these other cards. 4 of Pentacles. That regardless, we're going to have to take ownership for our own ship. With a P or the T. And not be part-time about it. What is this? Page of Wands. That we need to close doors behind us so that the flies don't get in. The spies don't get in. The pests don't roll in. It's like zooming out from this whole experience to be able to look at the whole picture. Okay, that we need to close up, like dot our I's and cross our T's. Wrap up like some things that we started. It's finishing what we started. And regardless of like what's on the in between, what gets between us and our goals, those obstacles. So again, looking at the SWOT analysis, we have an objective point of view, but it's very practical within its applications. So we're not just like being a loner, okay? We're taking notes, as far as looking at everything, when, like, let's say you're an event specialist, you have to be able to tune in, not just like in the preparatory stage, but like the follow through of it, the execution. You have to be fully present and aware of like all of the pieces, the gears, as well as the recipients, the audience, how that's perceived. And then you do the follow up. And that's really part of like the whole engagement process of building long-term clients and kind of sealing the deal. It's the big red bow isn't just like something that you leave untouched. It's something that's like a presentation of your capabilities in creating a memorable experience, not just for self but also for others. And so that's what we're looking at here. Okay. So when it comes to the red flag, I think Spirit wants to show us like the big red bow when it comes to like its best, like the best presentation of it. Okay, any other Spirit's like filled with like twists and turns. It's it's insane. Okay. Okay, so any other red flags, Spirit? The High Priestess in reverse opened up to the Strength card. So it's okay, so the red flag is, oh, again we see the abundance here. So oh, that's what it is. Okay, because there's a lot of red here on the pomegranates too on the sides. It's not like a banner, it's actually live energy. So yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, so Spirit saying red flag, okay, because it's like in case, like kind of like a lei. Leis are for like welcomings, like just celebratory energy. So being that it's like encased around the neck of this big lion. We're looking at like huge Leo placements in your chart, if not active energy. So when you look at that zodiac sign, let's say you're a beginner or whatever at this, then you're looking at the energy behind what like characteristics a Leo holds. And that might not be prominent in your chart, but like that's something that's going on for you. Like you're looking good, like you're looking like a stallion wherever you go. However, like whatever you're wearing, that energy that you're projecting is big lion energy. Mad lion. Yeah. So for me, this is my North Node, and this is like a confirmation, like the seal of the, like certification, that championship ring with the florals on the sides. This is like a stamp of approval here, showing like definitely this is not strength training. They're saying that no, Tina, you're strong in this. Like you've already won it, like the king of the jungle type of energy, but very much like happy, like that's a familiar that is absolutely tame, not just like resting bitch face of the lion. This is like this lion is content. Yeah, this is excellent. Yeah, this lion is fierce, but like it's very like kin energy, domesticated. Like that hand, that paw is just as big as like her whole torso. So it's knowing, like Spirit's saying, like this is a red flag. This can go either way for you, but just know that, Tina, you hold so much power at this time. Like you have so much strength, especially even within your inner knowing, as far as like the insider's view of the underground and the underworld, that you have to like hold your shit together, like for real, because if you work along the premise of anger and are fueled by that the rawness of that energy, you can take out a lot of people. Like you can like you can actually take people down, but that's like you don't that's not like the number one purpose of this energy. Yeah, so just like kind of beware that when you're in the underworld or in the underground, to remember the power that I hold. Yeah, they're saying that, like, because there's another polarity to this, right? So, that's a red flag right there. Just like, yeah, that's what they're saying, because we see another moon card here, but it's like it's the full moon kind of in disguise. It's incognito because we're only seeing like a facet of it within the phases. So people are not really seeing the full emergence of this lion here. Like so like I'm getting like the avatar energy, you can really like bust out, and so just beware, because like hurting others doesn't come with, it's not just like in a physical sense. It's you have to remember that being the best mother is also seeing people for where they're at on their journey, and some may just be so resistant that they're just going to carry over their lessons through their own lineage, alongside with their next reincarnation, but like just kind of keep that in mind. That's what they're saying. Seven of Pentacles, yes, patience, that's really it. So, and look at the bottom of the deck. We have the Ace of Cups. Yeah. So the red flag here is just like knowing Oh, like being patient, you know, with that. Oh, look, patience, and then the Three of Swords and the Empress. So it's, the red flag here is just knowing, like everything is a process. Like the next promotion to the Queen of Pentacles is the Empress card. Absolutely fertile. Once you know what it's like to be a mother, like, you don't want to stop there with, you know, the singular effect. Like, you want to expand upon that. So just like, kind of just be patient, like red flag, you know, kind of just like a stop, you know, sign, you know, like just chill for a second, because like Spirit absolutely loves this. You know, this is a trophy cup, you know, it's just as tall as the person standing right beside it, you know. I'm getting holy mama. Yeah, so like, when it comes to like the imposter syndrome, like, don't get hung up on what it looks like from the exterior and how other exterior figures interpret that energy, regardless of how credible they may be in the exterior world. I'm hearing like material girl, you know, exterior world, like that's what I'm hearing. Yeah. That's what I'm getting here. Okay, I think that's really it here. I mean, it's kind of seeing yourself, you know, in the mirror. If you're going to be objectified in any realm, see yourself as a holy grail. That's what they're saying. Do you know how sweet that is? That's so sweet. You know, this is Spirit's cup and this is your own. There's just like Spirit's just trying to show you a reflection of yourself. So in essence, once we realize that as a reflection, like the best Heyoka empath way, it's like saying, like, Spirit's like saying, cheer up, you know? This is, once you realize that energy, Tina, it's like the Two of Cups. Like, it's like, cheers. This one's on us, you know? It's good, you know. I love it. That's so sweet. I didn't even think like Spirit, like, see a temperance right there. That's basically Two of Cups, you know, just like rolling with it. It's not even rolling with the punches, it's rolling with the flow. Do you see that? She's doing like breakdancing moves. You know what I mean? Like, this is waterbender spirit energy. Yeah. You see that rainbow right there? It's like, this is rainwater, basically, that's captured. So it's that whole recycling, like, practicality type of thing with nature. Top of the deck is Queen of Cups in reverse, another cup energy here. So whenever you're feeling down, just, you know, remember, fill up your cup through what was the prefix here. Yeah. That's really it there. I don't know what else to say. I guess we're going to do some bananagrams before we close out, okay? Okay. Don't pay attention to my lack of color coordination today. It's okay. Ooh, okay, why? Okay, came in like muted form. So it's a kind of, like, this is the Witch's Rune, basically for like femininity. It's, you know, fertility. So it's just like kind of knowing that, privately speaking. Okay, so we have DERHVRITIUXREEBPJC. Okay. So we have CJ, we have DR, we have Dre, we have Rui, R-U-I, that's somebody's name. We have Bryce with a Y or an I. Oh my gosh, we have Jerry Rice's name, like first and last name here. The most touchdowns, I told you. in NFL history. Yes. That's the energy here. Um, we have vice. We have price. Oh, people pay for their vice. Like, yeah, there's a price to every vice. That's what they're saying. Okay. We're seeing excite as well. BJ. People are really like, third. So it's like third time's a charm. But it's also looking at that triad energy, like Maiden, Mother, Crone, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, you know, mind, body, soul, you know. What else here? Do you see any other names? Bite. Cherry. Okay. Tribe. Also a vibe. Okay. Who else do we see here? Ray. Richter. Yeah, like a Richter scale. Yeah, so life has its ups and downs, even when, like, not just the twists and turns of, like, how to interpret energy, but, like, we came here walking in, like, thinking that the red flag was going to be something, like, to beware of, like fear-based, like, that's the impression that we initially set. But Spirit's like, we're holding so much power right now that, Spirit, like, wants to, like, it's kind of like taking a little bit of a detour, just like Spirit's like the tour guide. That's not all there is to see within that red flag energy. There's so much more to it. And once we expand our understanding of, like, even our own projections, like how limiting that is, on the initial end, like Spirit just wants to show us, like, there's so much more to life and applications, and like it starts on a very granular level. Like, I didn't even suspect this, so there's that. I'm seeing Vic. I'm seeing evict too. Interesting. Like, I think there's like that natural, like, kicking out of energy. Like, we just because we see people for where they're at in their energy doesn't mean that we need to, like, tolerate or condone it. Honestly, like, sometimes you need to, like, shape up or ship out, basically, because, like, I don't, to set the tone for certain allowances that are just, just not within the league. It's like, it's like checking in and out of your mentorship program. Like, if you're a leader, you have to be consistent. Like, there's no exceptions. So there's no special treatment when it comes to how things roll. Like, that's the way it is, So I see drive. Yeah, I think drive is very important here. Taking the wheel. Okay. Applications of learning how to navigate. So we have driver. Oh, I'm getting like mini driver. So that's like, is that like how you like them apples kind of thing? I don't know. Do we see any other names here? Oh, we see red also. Brett, but only with one T. I see Brexit again. What's the deal with Brexit? I don't even understand. Ruth? Oh, we hardly ever see Ruth. I think this is the first time we've seen a Ruth. Okay. Eric. Epic. I like Epic. Let's do that. Okay. Yeah, because his journey is going to be effing epic. Okay. Exert. So, as an adventurer, like a thrill seeker, of course you're going to exert that same energy. Of course you're going to exert that excitement. So, let's do it. Are we going to be able to? Yeah, hold on, give me a second. Doop, 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 doop. So, like, exerting is just like being your best self, because like the most boom is basically your best self. Like the outputs are the inputs. I see jury. Interesting. Okay. I see HB. Someone's from Huntington Beach. What does it mean when a jury is hung? Because this is a standalone. I don't know where else to put it. Let me give me a. No, because like if I put jury here, it's like it kind of forces me to put in like pie, like and it's like, okay, so the jury, if it's not hung, if it has to like go like drive through like making a decision, it's going to be a foul one. Like it's forced to make a foul, like there's foul play involved. Otherwise, if it's separate, then it's like a hung jury. Like they can't make a decision like what the verdict is. So it's like that's kind of like the red flag here energy, because like I'm waiting on like bullshit energy to clear. So let me just see here if there's anything else that like I can. Okay, I got it. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me see how I can do this, because Spirit's not going to let me go out like that for sure. Okay, I know how to. I have to shift things. This is very interesting because I have to go from like a landscape type of view to shifting all the letters. Let me see if I can do this here. Oh, I could basically do that with one hand. Just put it like, it's like full on ownership of receptivity. So I was able to do that with just, it's like as easy as pie for sure. Okay, so now I can show you in just a sec. Let me just put this down. Okay, So after that, after jury, we still have HB left here. But like we have like Jesus Christ energy here helping me out. Thank you, Jesus. Or Jesus, thank you. Okay. Okay. So let me just get this straightened out. This is excellent though. Like I can't, are you kidding me? Yeah. Like RH is like, like like a skin thing. It's also the initials of somebody that lives in HB for sure. But judgment has already been called upon her, so I don't have to worry about a thing. Because if there's ongoing, like, bullshit energy, she's, like, on, like, what do you call it? When you wear those tracking devices on your like, ankle, that's basically what's happening with her. So I don't need to worry about that. So, but like RH is like some kind of like skin regimen type of thing that's supposed to like help with beautification or something. So B is here as far as like, be your fuller self, your most prominent energy is like of highest value. Like when you look at yourself as value added, yeah, you're working at that capacity. Yeah. So like just don't don't stress. That's what they're telling me. Okay, so jury, HR. Okay, that's where it goes. There's two places that I can put H, and it doesn't have to be RH. It can be HR. So as far as human resources, our abilities to in order to scout out the appropriate talent, Spirit is saying, like, it's not just going through the hazing process of going through the ritualistic form of like qualifying someone's credentials, but also like seeing what they're capable of, because some people have not been put in those shoes yet, but you can see their potential. So to identify that, it's like you sense their energy only because you've been there. That's you have to be able to identify it within your own, how within different capacities. So once you're able to like kind of live that truth, then that amplifies your capabilities of exerting that to the world and seeing like how that applies in onboarding staff, the recruitment process, just like looking at that in totality, that it's comprehensive and not just like a system or just like one facet of a skill set. So this is excellent because Spirit has been telling me like I get to like partake in the talent selection process, the onboarding process, refining that, especially when we come to like Reformation and the New World-ish, there is a fertilization process. And so like sometimes you deal with shit and sometimes you deal with the unseen. Things are kind of like buried underneath and like in this like, embryo state. So just like knowing that we're the Queen of Pentacles here, upgraded to the Empress level, like this is a serious promotion when it comes to the spiritual realm. And you know what that means? Like there's so many more ways that can expand, that the cup overflow with. Just be patient, Tina, to the real, to like here, to the physical state, the manifestation of it. Like it's unstoppable. Do you see that? Like, Spirit's saying like, what is it? If it's not broke, then don't fix it. So this is not a plumbing issue here. This is like the cup is meant to overflow with. Yeah, like that. Okay. In all directions, north, south, east, west, it's visible from all sides. It's crystalline energy that's like absolutely like it's not like just like how do you like them apples? It's like it's refreshing, like it's I don't know what else to say about that, but like I don't need to overspeak on this, but let me go ahead and show you what's going on here because this is excellent. Okay. So you see that? And this is so excellent. I don't even know what to say about that. But like, yeah, that's all there is with that. Okay, so now that this reading is officially over, I thank all of my sponsors and supporters. All donations provided in light and love. I'm saying this because this is a timeless energy reading, and I realize my worth. Spirit gave me so many meanings, many meanings to the red flag energy, that it transitions into a red bow. You know, it's like that CVS receipt of the like rollout of red carpet energy. That's a red flag in itself. Justice is rolling out. This is like our personal contributions, like conglomerate energy of like the most divine. So everything's going according to plan. Thanks, Spirit, so very much. Oh yes, Archangel Raphael, thank you. A special shout out to you. Thank you. Who else do we want to thank here? Just like our mentors, you know, just looking at this energy, it's like Selene, the moon goddess, also known as Hecate, and, you know, Diane, and I think Athena as well. There's several names they go by, how they're recognized, like just freaking awesome energy, you know. It's receptivity also in the underworld when we're not feeling so well. You know, it's having that cup of soup or whatever, like when it comes to push and pull communications, when we're like thrown like amongst like the tide, and we know that there's a lot of undercurrent energy that we need to interpret. It's being able to take a step back within receptivity and link with like that full moon energy and like what's to come. It's that patience of like just standing back for a second, that we're not going to like offer that cup, that we get to experience its overflowing, you know, nature within our own, you know, within our own world, our own intimacy. So, I think that's it now. Yeah, for now. Okay, so, upon, closing this reading, I close, in closing all portals, I send all energies back to their own locations, just to return to center in light and love, with their appropriate karmas due. It's multifaceted, remember? If you're within this league, you understand, like, the energies that just, like, accept with grace and love, you know? It's things are, like, this was such a wonderful reading. I don't even know what to expect. I just do the things, and it, you know, it's wonderful. So, anyway, sending you back, all with your appropriate karmas due. In light and love, I close all portals now.